So the last part of the framework, the fourth part, is a distribution. When you think about your business model, you're going to have to think about how do we reach that customer. We'll be talking more about this. But right now, you're probably starting to have a sense. Do I go direct? Do I go through resellers? Do I, have some sort of automated techniques? All of these are going to be important because while you may want to go direct, you may not have that option. You might have to go through an indirect channel. And if you do, your business model has to incent them appropriately. So if I'm a car manufacturer, I have to work through dealers. To sell my product, I need to have sufficient ability to incent them to help move our product. So we need to look at the full stack or the whole value chain here for distribution and make sure our business model will work for everybody in that distribution chain.
An example that ties in both competition and distribution is Warby Parker. Mm-hmm. In the case of this sunglass startup, the competition was a virtual monopoly, Luxottica, which owned most sunglasses brands and distributors.
Right.
So Warby Parker just went online, offered an innovative way to try the product, and they also had the social component that if you bought glasses from them, they also offered glasses to people who couldn't afford them.
And a terrific example of understanding the decision-making unit, decision-making process, right? They were going for the younger group of people, and they could disintermediate this sales channel that was very expensive, and they couldn't compete in that. So they just went directly to the customer, and that customer is very socially conscious. Another great example of that along the same lines is Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club was going up against Gillette. Gillette, you can go almost anywhere in the world and you can find Gillette razors. That's very expensive. That's a huge competitive advantage for Gillette. Dollar Shave Club could not recreate that. But what they could do is they could sell directly to the end customer. And that's what they did. And in doing that, they could do it at a much lower price because they didn't have all this distribution channel expense. And today, that's a viable business model for their target customer. But they could not compete head-to-head with Gillette going through the same channel. So in essence, you're absolutely correct. Warby Parker and Dollar Shave Club took advantage of new technology, new market developments to come up with new business models, which have been very profitable for both of them.
And as you say that, what comes to light, at least for me, is that your process of designing a business model is not just to understand how you deliver your product and get paid for it, but also it can be a competitive advantage, how you defend yourself against competition. Dollar Shave Club, Warby Parker, their business models were forms of competition.
That's absolutely correct. And that's why in this 4-point framework we have, competition is included in it, as is distribution, as is the value created, and as is the DMP. And decision-making unit, decision-making process. And so you can see all this coming together. So all goes back to designing an optimal business model and thinking innovatively about it, but coming back to which is the optimal business model for you.